bottom of my heart. And we'll go on. Nicole, are you out there?
Yes. Hello.
There you are.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know I had called earlier and maybe I was having technical issues. So tell me, I have not yet met you. My name's Bob. And how long have you been doing the ER Shred?
Well, since 13 days ago.
Oh my gosh, you're brand new. So tell us about yourself. Where are you from? Who introduced you?
So, I'm from New Jersey. And I'm into isogenics. That's how I found you guys.
Okay.
So I've been into isogenics since May of last year. It was just my isoversy, but it wasn't for the shakes or their supplements. Well, it was for their collagen, really. That's
wow.
how
So you came to, okay, so that's awesome. So you came because of your collagen elixir experience.
Yeah.
How did you find out about ER Shred?
So I found out about ER Shred through being on the Isogenics family Facebook group, and then Pat Patricia Magato.
Okay.
She's in the ER Shred.
Mm-hmm.
And I had commented on a post of hers about the ER Shred. And I was like, what is this? This is really awesome. So I'll get into that in a second. And she was like, you have to go check it out. And I was like, I'm going to. So I went in and I checked it out because of this. I did every isogenic shred. I actually went to the same school as Jesse, IIN, and studied, and I'm a holistic health coach now. So I experienced with different diets. So I'm regularly I'm healthy, one night with dinner, I was sitting down and I got a pain in my stomach, a discomfort. And I was like, what the hell? What could be going on? I don't get it because I didn't watch everything. So it was just weird. And then I went on to the ER Shred. I went back on. I was like, let me look at this again. And when I first saw the bone broth, I was like, nope, this is going to be the GAPS diet. If you've heard of, the GAPS, it's this crazy thing with the bone broth, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. 2 years ago, if you would have said bone broth, I would have grown up and said, I will never drink bone broth. So whatever.
Right.
I looked at everything and I was reading everything, and I was reading what Crystal and Sean, what they had to say. I'm going through the guides. And then what really hooked me was Jesse, because of, the similarities that we had. And I was like, wait a second. If he's saying that, if this is good and this is help, I was like, I'm going to give this a try. I've tried everything else. Why not? Something's off in my body. So that's what led me to the ER Shred.
Okay. So, this is great. So I'm assuming, knowing a little bit about that designation with IIN, you have seen it all. You've done the raw foodist, you've vegan, vegetarian, you've tried a little bit of everything.
Mediterranean, all that.
Mediterranean. Was there any specific diet that you liked better for yourself than others prior to ER Shred?
No.
Okay.
I am a big firm in believing the whole bio-individuality.
Mm-hmm.
So there is not just one diet fit for a specific person.
Jesse, obviously, he IIN, similar backgrounds. You guys probably have pulled everything apart many times in the past.
Yes.
Specifically, was there any objective or goal that you wanted to obtain for yourself with the ER Shred?
Yes, it was. I wanted to try this process of elimination with staying on this strict diet, and then to reintroduce the foods back into my system to see what was the culprit. And
so you're on day 13. So you passed your original shred. What was the initial 11-day experience? Have you had your come alive moment?
Yeah, on my fourth day. my fourth day, the second cleanse day. Waking up that morning, I was like a new woman. Seriously, I'm standing in the kitchen, I'm reaching for a cup to grab some water, and I just stopped and I turned around and had this huge smile on my face. My husband's like, what's your problem? What's going on? I'm like, I feel so good right now. And he's like, how could you feel so good? You haven't eaten anything. You've just been drinking the whole, but I'm like, you don't understand. I can't explain it. Like, so that was my 4th day. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
We used to say way back when, just give it 4 days. But the realization is that, we're all unique and everybody's on their own journey. And for some, we didn't want people to feel bad if it didn't happen by day 4 or 5. We didn't want to have people feel defeated. And so that's the thing. People do come alive in time. It will happen for everybody, but everyone is unique. But it's awesome that it was just 4 days for you and you're lit up. Day 13, have you started to reintroduce foods yet? Where are you? Are you continuing with the protocol?
I'm continuing with the protocol, like I was so happy to be like, I'm going to have an avocado and I am going to have this like tomato and da 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 da. And then I was like, all right, so I'm on day 12 because it's still day 12. It's not like I'm not done. Like it's my life, like that's how it took. So I was like, I am going to try a bit of an avocado. So I did, like, I introduced some of an avocado back into my diet. Only the one time though. And then I was just like, I'm just going to really stick with my meats, like, because I was comfortable with that. I love the way that I felt like doing that. So, like today I introduced, greens. Like I had a thing of mixed greens with like arugula and, I had that with chicken and so far I'm good. That was good, but I'm sticking like strict, like the red meats, like I just like it the way my body felt, and even sticking with the bone broth on the side. Like, and I'll make my own bone broth too. Mm-hmm. And I love it. Like, like I said, if you would ask me 2 years ago, bone broth, no, but like seriously, how it makes you feel is amazing. And then doing like the research on the bone broth from going all the way back to even like the Roman days from like the Spartans, and they were fighting, like they fed their warriors, like just that. And it's like, now you know why, to like keep them strong and healthy and ready for like that fight. I don't know. So like, I'm still following the protocol and yeah, like slowly, maybe introducing a couple of things, but doing it one at a time because I really want to know my body's response to it.
So you're part of Integrative Institute of Nutrition. Are you a nutritionist coach by trade? What do you do for a living? What's your passion?
So no, that is my health and wellness are my passion. Like,
so going forward, now that you're a shredder, do you see yourself incorporating this as part of your program or your toolbox?
100%. Like everybody that I talk to, I tell them you need to join the ER Shred on Facebook. Like you need to know about this. You need yes. Yep, I'm going to, and I have been incorporating it, telling everybody about it because it's amazing. And to me, all those different, diets that you can do, I feel that this one gives like the best results and in an easy way. Like it sounds overwhelming maybe in the beginning for some, but when you're in it, it's not. And like, you're never starving yourself. That's what, like, I tell people, like, you're never starving yourself, like stop thinking that you are because you're not. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I love it.
If you were to rate the ER Shred relative to the other programs you've done, different types, Mediterranean, zone, whatever, raw foodist, vegan, vegetarian, how does this rate from a standpoint of how you feel? How do you articulate
at
that?
The top.
It's the top?
Yeah.
So being that you're a nutritional coach, because this is what I'm having a hard time with. How do you explain to somebody how good you feel when I never felt this good before? I mean, that's me, but how do you tell people?
Well, like when they don't believe me?
Or just in passing. I know my buddy Peter would say, oh, you don't know how good you can feel until you know how bad you felt. In other words, until you try it, you have no idea. But it's one of these things that you almost want to shout from the rooftops of how good you feel because you don't think it's possible. And for me, and this is Jesse, but for me, I was like you. I'm like, man, I feel so good. I'm on a run right now. I'm just going to keep doing this. And I went like back to back to back to back. I think I had turkey on Thanksgiving and that was it. And I didn't feel so good. But the cool thing about this is that like Sean said, it's for me, I now judge food differently, where I look at it as if, is that going to make me feel better or same or worse? And if it's not the same or better, I kind of like going, I don't want to put that near me anymore. I mean, that's kind of how
Mhm.
where I'm at. Have you seen a change in terms of how well, you're staying pretty strict with it, you mentioned, but are you looking at food differently?
Oh yeah, totally. Like I have 4 children. So I have to cook dinner for them. And I like regulate them with what I do, but like, like they had baked beans tonight with their chicken and their hot dogs because they like that. And I'm like, no, that's okay. And like I don't even crave it. I don't want it. I made a batch of chocolate chip cookies last night and they're like, "Oh my gosh, mom, you got to have one. You got to." I'm like, "Nah, it's okay. Like I'm good." But I know how it makes me feel too. And that's what you do. Like you judge, like, do I want to feel like this or do I want to feel like this? You know, like, but that's what I do. Like, that's what I tell people, like, do you want to feel alive? Do you want to feel good? Like, I just so much more than that. Like, if you are experiencing like brain fog, cognitive dissonance, like if you are just like so fatigued, like bloat, everything, acne. That was the one thing that I noticed. Like, I didn't suffer severely, but like your skin, like during this whole thing, I just feel like, I don't know, it's so much better, because you cut all supplements, you're not taking any supplements during the shred. So like you see the change in your skin. That's one thing that I noticed big
Are
time.
you
I was like,
finding that your appetite for grass-fed butter, is it increasing? Are you?
yes.
That's what happened to me. I called Jesse up in a panic. I'm like, how much butter can I eat? Because all of a sudden I noticed it was a little bit, then it was okay. Then it was like, man, I'm going through a lot of butter. Is this okay? And of course, how are you feeling? And so on.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what it has done for my skin, I think. Not that I'm
Mhm.
really focused on myself, but I think you look fantastic. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
So what is your goal for the rest of the year with the community? I mean, what do you have anything in mind in terms of your practice or how you want to see yourself? Do you have anything that you're looking to achieve? Like, are you running mountains like Jesse or?
So, well, so funny because I am a runner.
Okay.
And what happened was I hurt my left foot. I was training for a run, my very first race actually, and I hurt my foot. So I couldn't run. And that was another thing that drove me to do the shred because I was like, I can't keep running 10, 12, 15 miles on a shred and cleansing. Like my body wouldn't, I'd crash. So I was like, this is perfect. My foot is hurt. I'm really upset though, because I've been training for this race that I'm not going to be able to do, but I'm going to do this shred. So that's what I did. I didn't run, but like, I did stuff like, lift and, just like walked a little bit and took advantage of that. But I want more people to just be aware of the shred. Like that's my like goal. That's what I want to do with this. Like I want to bring more people into the community because the community alone is just, it's awesome. Like
Have
someone
you
else.
brought in, out of curiosity, because you said you joined the shred because you heard about it, and you
Mhm.
mentioned that you heard about it from Patty.
Yeah.
Who brought you into isogenics originally? The elixir? How did you come into it?
Jamie Palmer and
Have you
Abby
got Jamie
O'Neill.
Palmer taking a look at the shred yet?
I've talked to her. She's a big isogenics, isogenic shredder.
Okay.
Not here, and she's a vegan.
We have some vegans that have switched, believe it or not. I mean, their stories are
I
pretty
read that.
incredible. And it's all based on how you feel, but I
Yeah.
understand that. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add for anybody who's watching tonight?
If there's any new people out there doubting yourselves, it's okay. That's normal, but just go for it. Just keep doing it because the end results, they're amazing. Like they really are. I get tongue tied because it's that amazing. Like everybody needs to try it at least once. Why not?
What do you have
That's
to
what I
lose?
say.
Welcome to the community. You're a ER shred warrior, empress, princess, whatever we say, but no, you're a superhero. So thank you so much. Welcome to the family. I is